The first question is on the authentic English text and on the scaffolding material. I have considered this original material because it is from the Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory for the Scientific Culture Diffusion in the framework of a contemporary physics project. The PDF file is also available online for free on the website of the Lawrence Berkeley Laboratory. I have considered the first page of the paragraph The Atom of the chapter number 2, The Atomic Nucleus. So let's change the zoom size. This is the original text considered for the CLIL module. The first version of the scaffolding text is 3 pages because the line spacing is set to double to allow students to write annotations inside the text. The left column is to report new words. The right column is to report new ideas concerning what students are learning. The information and communication technologies are present. If you click on the blue words, a link to Wikipedia in English is open for possible deepening activities. The second group of questions is reported here. And here are the answers. The content objectives are: students know and are able to describe by oral and written production the 3 models of the atom, also by considering figures and schemes. Students are able to identify the experimental evidences for which an atom model was abandoned and a new model was introduced to better describe the experimental data. The language-specific needs are present simple, present continuous, and past simple, affirmative, negative, and interrogative forms, modal verbs and conditional forms, being and infinitive forms, comparative forms. The language objectives concern students' ability to describe the 3 models of the atom by considering sentences with the present simple, the present continuous, and the past simple. The CLIL module duration is 8 hours of school. The materials and resources considered are paper copies of the material prepared by the teacher, computer and beamer, smartphones for accessing to the online resources, Wikipedia in English, Reverso, Google Translate, the blackboard for conceptual maps and annotations relevant for the entire class. In order to support students' learning outcome and production, we have considered activities from 1 to 4 which are performed individually, in pairs, in group, or with the entire class. Exercises on translation, sentence matching, sentence completion, writing sentences not related to physics, describe figures by an oral or written production. All is reported in the attached file in great detail. This CLIL module has been tested during the active training in a third-year class of an artistic high school in Padova. The last point is students' difficulties which are related to the different levels in English. Students are very heterogeneous from A2 to C1. 4 hours of lesson were required to develop the activities from 1 to 4. Students need different times to perform the different activities. The pronunciation of the words is often not correct. I do exercises in classroom to improve this point by reading a single person, in pairs, in group, with entire class. Students cannot easily understand by simple reading, even if a pre-reading activity with a word translation was performing activity 0. They discovered new words in the text, from 1 to 6 words in each part, depending on their English level. Time is required to read and to understand the text. Also, if they understand the text, some of them were not able to understand the physics content, for example, for what concerns the setup of Rutherford's experiment. So, at the end of the active training, I have decided to revise the scaffolding text by simplifying the language and by inserting new figures to support and to clarify the text. The new version is also in attachment.